And we are now live running some HO scale locomotives, my new AA set. Well, it's not really new, it's kind of like 1940s or 50s era locomotives, but they're running, and we got some passenger cars behind them. I actually bought these two engines at the beginning of the year. One of them's a dummy, the other was hollowed out, but the crazy thing was with just a bit of modification, an Athearn Blue Box drive fit perfectly in that engine. So yeah, I was really happy about that. So yeah, I've got kind of a new set. It's just fun having some really vintage engines running around the layout with some passenger cars. Streamliners look great with the SP stock there. Anyway, we're going to see who's joined in so far. I'm going to set it to live chat, so I hopefully don't miss anybody's messages. We got Wyatt's Workbench, N-Scale Train Vids, ATDCC Coalboy, Train Dude 579, SP Fan 4449, Southern Rail Fanner 1186, Jeremy Lavina YT, Ogdensburg Prescott Mainline, Wesley Matz, NJ Transit 4600 Productions, BNO Railroad Fan, Train Boy Productions, Puppeteer Boy, CJ Trains, Trainman 1993, DeKendrick, Rail Fan and Railroad Productions, Robin Mr. Slab, Jason Hobbs, Trainman 777, Lepartio. Probably not pronouncing that one right, but welcome. UP 44, 4141 Productions. Railfan J. Hey, SMT, I got a question. I got a Tyco GG1 a while ago with a Rivarossi one. You got a Tyco one with a Rivarossi one. I think you're referring to the lot I bought, which contained the Mahano one and the Rivarossi one, and I never had to open up the Rivarossi one because it started running for some reason. I should open it up probably to maintain it, but so far I haven't had to. Chance Brothers, welcome. Run your Alco Bowser DCC. We can run that one in a bit. We've actually got some new rolling stock thanks to that most recent lot, so I can connect that up there. It is the 45th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald sinking. Run your favorite steam locomotive, please. Sure. If I were to send you some engines with money, could you fix them, and how much would it cost? I'm currently not doing any repairs for people just because I've been, it takes a lot longer when somebody sends me something because I pick it up at the post office, I unbox it, that's no problem. But I like to be a lot more cautious when I'm working with other people's stuff, because if I screw up my own things, you know, that's on me, but messing up somebody else's thing, especially if it's something special to someone, is really something I would really hate to do. So yeah, there's that. And then just getting it back shipped out takes a long time. I've had some stuff which was sent to me months ago to fix, and I haven't got it shipped back out. It's getting close, but I just don't want to take stuff where people are going to be waiting a really long time. So yeah, that's the situation with that. Jake's Fun Railroad. Hi, SMT are the best YouTube channel in the world. Thank you so much. SMT, how's your night going? May you run a GP38-2. GP38. I don't know what a GP38-2 is. I can probably run a GP38, but I don't really know the little specifications that make it a -2. In fact, I have trouble distinguishing a GP40 from a GP38, so I might not even get that part right. Colts Train 2nd generation. Hello, BN Brett. Gotta go. Bye. Well, thanks for joining in for a moment. Nova Scotia Rail Fan. Hello. Train Boy Productions. Why am I always in every live stream? I don't know, but I appreciate you joining in. SMT, I can be here all stream. Oh, that's fun. I noticed your channel's called N-Scale Train Vids. On the topic of train videos about N-Scale, I actually just received a lot today of N-Scale stuff I ordered. So expect some N-Scale videos in the not-so-distant future. Gillian Group, I got an IHC model for $35. I also got a big boy for $70. Both run well. That's excellent. $70 for a big boy, that's pretty good. The big cat is in the house. And Robin Slav says, I got a Bachman 060, it's really nice. And he posted that comment as a super chat, so thank you for the super chat. Serenity! Anyway, I think we should get these running a little faster. They are high-speed, streamlined engines after all. Just Your Average Doughboy, welcome. Crude Caboose, welcome to the live stream. Oh, we got Ottawa Model Railfan in here. Hello. Anyway, I think we'll let this do like 2 more laps, and then we'll put some freight stuff on. People have requested some stuff, so yeah, we'll see about that. Wawa Mainline, hello. Thick Raymond, hello, it's my birthday. Happy birthday! Run the SL Express. Sure, you fixed the circus train. I didn't really fix it, I sort of just put a drive in it. It didn't have a drive system to begin with, so there wasn't a whole lot I could do there, but I'm glad, it's just nice having them running. Ottawa Model Railfan, how are you doing, Harrison? I'm doing pretty well, how are you? Can you run the TGV? Okay, we've got a fair amount of requests here. We're gonna put some different things on. Let me just get those cars off the main line, and we'll put the 2 circus engines somewhere, and then we'll sort some stuff out. I think we'll begin with a freight train of some sort. I think being pulled by the bullet nose. Then we'll follow that up with a couple other things, and then after that we'll probably be able to run the TGV, etc. Let me clarify on that. You got a Tyco 1 that was still in the box, but you only tested the Rivarossi one and not the Tyco 1. Yes, it was the one you got in the lot. Oh, yeah, the one that was sent to me. I never took that one out of the box because it's pretty much in mint condition, and I already have a few Tyco GG1s, so I didn't really want to open something that had never really been... it's pretty much blemishless and stuff like that. I tend to be a bit of a clumsy person, so I was just concerned if I took it out of the box, I might end up damaging something that otherwise is in perfect condition, and I already have one, so I just left it in the box. But, yeah, we'll see, I don't know. I always prefer to get things in kind of poor condition, because really, they can only go uphill from there. I mean, fixing stuff is great, and it's actually kind of satisfying, too, I would say, doing some repairs on things, just because, I don't know, so you put in some effort there. I find I'm usually a lot more attached to engines that I've put in work than ones I just buy. Sam's Trains wants to battle you. Sam's Trains wants to battle me? What? I don't know. A lot of people have been talking to, have been commenting stuff about talking to Sam's Trains about this channel and stuff. I haven't seen any comments on any of his videos about this channel, but if he's saying stuff about the channel, I'm kind of curious what his thoughts are. I didn't even know he knew about the channel, honestly, but that's cool if he did. He makes good content. I like his channel. His editing style is a little different. It's very polished and well done. But it's very proper videos, I would say. Super good advice too, so definitely a channel I would recommend. SMT, why is there a KFC in the industrial area? Well, I really wanted to put the KFC on the layout, but I really wasn't sure where to put it, and I don't know. I guess it looks kind of weird there, but sometimes I put fast food joints in somewhat industrial areas. Maybe not that industrial, but I just figured that's the only spot I could put it for, I guess is the proper answer. Hey SMT, how's it going? What's your opinion on 3D printing? Have you ever bought any 3D printed parts for your trains? I'm working on a truck cover for you, 3D printed chassis for your chassis system GP38 you fixed recently. Oh. Yeah, 3D printing, I think it's pretty interesting. I feel like the hobby actually has a lot of potential to grow there because people can start making their own stuff. I haven't really bought any 3D printed things, but I have been sent some 3D printed stuff. David of a channel called DB Tech, who joins in these live streams, has sent some 3D printed stuff. And it's really good. He sent some coupler pockets I was able to install on some stuff, and I just thought that that was so interesting that people are being able to... You can make your own parts now, which is really great. And especially too, if you've got kind of an unusual engine or something and it needs a replacement parts, theoretically, I guess you can make your own. So I got a lot of hope for it as it evolves. In my opinion, you know, you're really only going to get super good quality stuff out of really good 3D printers, but like anything, the technology will evolve. They'll become cheaper, and soon I could see them being quite a widespread way for people to expand their train collections. If we can get Harrison to 1 million subscribers by Christmas, I will give random people a PS5. I think a million subscribers by Christmas might be a bit of a tall order. I like the enthusiasm, though. Could you run a mixed freight Norfolk Southern? Pick any train you want, as long as it's Norfolk Southern. Well, we could put a Norfolk Southern diesel in front of this one if you want. It's for the industrial workers to eat at. Exactly! Okay, so the new car doesn't seem to like my track work that much, so maybe we'll just let that one stay off to the side for this one. Sometimes things need to be tuned a bit. Hey Harrison, I don't have school tomorrow, so I can be on the stream the whole time. Also, can you run the Spaceball if it's still broken? Can you run the Cursed Acela? Yes, I can definitely run the Acela. Still need to put new bands on the Spaceball 1, as it's called. But I'll get that one working. I was trying to solve a lot of things on the layout I've been meaning to get around to today. So hopefully things are going to start working a little better. I reconnected that part of track, reconnected this part of track, and clean things up a little down here. It's far from flawless, but I wanted to take at least one solid step in the right direction, so that's that. What happened to Spaceball 1? Nothing happened to it. It's an old Athearn band drive, and the problem with the band drives is the bands eventually wear out and they snap off. So that one, it just needs new bands. It's nothing too serious. I just need to take it apart and put them on, but it just it's not the hardest thing to do. It's just a bit of a pain in the neck when you have to do it a lot. But I will get it running again, I promise. Yeah, some tea. Are you in college? I'm not in college now. Anyway, looks like we might have got another super chat. I don't know if I missed that. Oh, here it is. On the rails with Ryan. Hello. May you run a Penn Central with a UP switcher? A Penn Central with a UP switcher. I have a UP switcher, but I don't think I have really a whole lot. I mean, I've got that one Penn Central engine, but I don't think it would work with the UP switcher because the UP one's an Athearn and the other one's a AHM. Read Rail Productions, hello? Can we see the Hershey factory? Sure. This was another one that I cleaned up. You might notice something a bit different about it too. I was pretty happy with this. The building was really sagging in the middle just because it was sitting on two horses there, and they were just not supporting it properly. So I figured, okay, it's time to build this thing a table. So yeah, I bought $70 worth of lumber, and I just really kind of just threw this table together. I think I got it built in 2 hours or something, which was really not bad for a table. And it actually turned out well enough. It's even and everything. And the factory looks way better in my opinion because it's not all crooked and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of the biggest piece of progress. I'm getting the Hershey bug again though. I don't know for a while. I haven't, but I got a subscription to this thing which lets me find new news articles, and I found some of the Hershey factory, and I'm starting to really miss working on it. So I think you're going to probably notice progress on that project again in the not-so-distant future. Anyway, next up on the list, I'm going to run the Norfolk Southern. There was something requested before that, but I never specified what kind of engine, whether it was a... Well, I don't know the difference between the GP38, so I wasn't sure. But yeah, I'm going to run the Norfolk Southern, if of course I can find it. Oh yeah, I also built another addition to the shelf there to try to clean things up. I've been trying to take care of stuff. Gee, I don't know where it is. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to run something else first. Somebody was asking for me to run one of the Alcos, so I guess we'll do that. Let me just move this guy off to the side here. Probably, yeah, I don't really trust that actually. I need to sort some out. These big engines need a lot of storage. Anyway, run the roundhouse 080. That one doesn't run that great, honestly. We'll run the sound equipped ones there. These fancy ones. The other day I caught. Whoop. Okay, I lost that comment. The other day I caught Steamtown's qualification run and it was awesome. Made a video of it. That's cool. And Bruce, welcome. Run the scrap part engine. I don't know where the scrap part engine is. I haven't seen that one in a while. I have to find it at some point. I bought a Walters Amtrak FP40 for $40 and it runs pretty well. Would you say that was a good deal? Yeah, I would say that was a pretty decent deal, especially if it's in good cosmetic condition. The Walters engines, they're not like top of the line, but for $40, they're pretty reliable engines. I have one, also an F40, and I've had it. It was one of my first engines. I wasn't easy on it as a kid. It still runs like the day I got it, so they're definitely well made. Anyway, looks like we got another super chat this evening. Let me see who that's from. Christian K 2008. Hey SMT, I'm gonna send some locos for you to add to your collection for your 20 sub milestone. Keep up the amazing content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat. Serenity. Nathan Delay, I'm gonna ride the Amtrak where it's going to be Christmas. Nice. That'll be fun. Oh yeah, I forgot. Gotta shift this guy over to that. Did I actually program this to its number? 4,500. So we'll just do that. There we go. Please connect all three parts of the layout. That's one of the next phases of expansion, but I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna build here in order to do that. Actually, think of adding a mall or something here. I don't know, something odd. But yeah, I mean, the grandiose plan too is to connect the back of the Hershey factory up to it, so we can get the rail operations there going too. The F40 is in pretty okay shape, has some weathering on the chassis. Oh, well that's nice. I know what happened to Norfolk Southern. It fell in the Dunderdale River. Oh, he did it. Somehow I think it's somewhere else, but yeah. Most of Walter's locos are what used to be Lifelike and Proto. That makes a lot of sense. I didn't know that actually, but I mean Walters owns Lifelike and by extension Proto. Do you have any Great Northerns? Possibly. Can you possibly get running the Via Rail? Yeah, we can run a Via. Can't wait to build my layout. It's a lot of fun. Especially if I'm building your first layout. I remember when we first started building this one, I was so eager. I couldn't wait to run my first train on it. Anyway, we're gonna put a Via engine on there. I'll see if I can find I'll see if I can find that Walters one I was ranting and raving about earlier. If I can, I'll just put the Bombardier one on there. But I'm clearly missing some engines here, or at least I've lost track of them a little bit. Oh no, there it is. All right. There we go. Let's just get that out of storage. Yeah, Walters. I'll get some rolling stock for it to pull to. Get our C car and this. Run a Varney if they don't explode anymore. I really wish I could run the Varney, but it's just not. I haven't got those new magnets yet, so I don't really want to run it yet there. SMT, you need to stock up on some MTH right now. Train World has them at like 60% off. Ooh, well, I will, I'll keep that in mind, because I've always wanted to try out some MTH stuff, so maybe I'll go on there and see if I can find some cheap, and yeah, if I can, then I'll definitely order maybe a couple engines or something up, something like that. So, yeah, anyway, can you run the 1985 Runaway Train, please? Sure, we can run that. First, we're going to run the VIA, though. For Christmas, I'm going to make a realistic layout. Might get an NNW J-Class 611 and Big Boy. Nice. Any tips for a Lionel newbie? Somebody else in the comments might be able to answer that. I wouldn't say I'm very knowledgeable on Lionel, since most of my stuff is HO, so yeah, hopefully somebody else might have some thoughts. Thanks for inspiring me to make my own YouTube videos. I'm glad to hear that. The other LRC is under the sheet of paper on the workbench. Good work. Anyway, let's get this freighter off the main line, and then we'll run the VIA. Can you run the red tram on the shelf? Red tram. I only have 2 trolleys, so I don't know which that one would be. Do you sell any engines you fix? Currently not, but I think that's going to be the next phase, because I really love buying engines, and fixing them. Buying and fixing them is a lot of fun, but obviously I can't do that indefinitely. And not everything I buy I'm particularly attached to. I mean, a lot of it I really like, but not 100% of the stuff, so I might start selling some of it. I don't know about eBay or anything yet, but I've considered maybe just selling it off to my hobby shop. About the price I buy it at, because after I fix it, it's going to be worth a little more, I guess, but yeah, it'd be good, and some other people can have some fixed up engines, but we'll see. I don't know. I want to do some new stuff. I wanted to ask everybody in this live stream as well if they have anything they want for in terms of videos, because I'll be honest with everybody, I have been struggling to come up with ideas the last month or so. So if anybody has anything they want to see, let me know, and I'll see if I can do it, because requests are a lot of videos you see are actually videos that have been requested. Try to run the GS4 with the daylight coaches. I really wish I could run the GS4, but I just don't trust it. I don't trust the amount of current it's drawing not to burn out the motor. It's just, I need to get that thing sorted out before I go running it, or else I'm gonna, if I fry the motor, it's probably gonna be worth more than the engine at that point, and then I'll never fix it. But yeah. Do you have a favorite railfan channel or something like that? I follow a fair amount of smaller railroad rail fanning channels, like Double Spike Productions and channels like that. But other than that, I don't watch a crazy amount of rail fanning, honestly. Let's say probably the most of the train related content I watch is usually about model trains. Yeah, I also watch. There's a lot of small like I watch a lot of the smaller rail fanning channels, but yeah, not a lot of the big ones. Here we are. Hello. So yeah. Anyway. Can you make another video on your speeder? Remember you did that series a few years ago. Yeah, I could, I guess, get the speeder back out to Wakefield, but the thing is, I usually did that with my train buddies, and because of COVID and all that, we haven't been meeting up as we're not supposed to, obviously, so that's kind of put a halt to that, unfortunately, but I would like to continue it again. So, yeah, anyway, here's the VS set. Let's get this going here. Whoop. Can you run something unique like the Blue Goose? I want to see it in action. The Blue Goose is just like the GS4. I really wish I could run it, but that's another engine that's going to get worse if I run it without fixing it first. Run the big boy with the coaches. Suppose we could try. It's going to look kind of weird, though. Oh boy, I'm really struggling to get this one on. There we go. Oh. There's something actually wrong with this coach. Okay, never mind. It rolled over the switch fine that time. Something weird about that switch. Anyway, let's get this going. Do you have a job? No, I'm currently looking for one. Got a variety. I actually went for a interview at a construction company today. See if I can get a job framing, because I did do courses on that, so I know kind of the basics of it. So see if that pans out. Not sure if it will, because I don't speak French, which doesn't hold much weight trying to get a job in Quebec, but you never know. If that doesn't work, then I'll probably try to get a job either at a retail store or I've for many summers worked at a factory, so I might try to get that job again, which actually pays decently. So that's sort of the situation with that. Do you have any locomotives with horns? If so, can you run them and use the horn? Yeah, well, I wish I had done that with the sound one, actually. We can run a different one in a while there. Would you ever sell some of your trains? Maybe a few of them. The majority, all the ones that have sentimental attachment, I don't really ever want to part ways with, but there are some of them that, yeah, I would probably sell at some point. This week in Civil War history, thank you for the super chat. How do you feel about DCC sound? It's definitely the priciest side of the hobby, so I don't have a crazy amount of it. It is really fun, though, actually getting to hear the engines rev up and blow the horn and stuff like that. It does add another layer to the realism, so I really get why a lot of people like it a lot. Looking forward to another Train in the Snow video. Okay, glad I got somebody who's for that one. I've got a little bit more of a wild idea for this year, sort of the same thing, but just a bit more expanded. I'm going to Railfan in my hometown of Rochester, New York, at King Road 3 Main, with BNSF, NS, CSX, and UP. Also Canadian National, don't forget Amtrak. That's quite the collection of railroads. I'm sure that'd be a good one to Railfan. What's your favorite railroad? It's Canadian National. You should do some videos where you switch on the layout. Yeah, I would need to fix my freight yard first, but that's another project. A lot of stuff that needs to get done. But I think as the weather gets colder, I'll probably start working on more things. Although the last few days it's been like a warm streak in Canada. I don't know what it's been, but it's been warm enough a few days up here in November to go outside wearing a t-shirt and shorts, which never happens. Usually it's freezing cold, so yeah. Video idea, organize your collection per railroad. That's an interesting idea. I might do more. There was some series where I was running a particular make of engine or railroad and stuff, so maybe make a few more of those style. I love Trains in the Snow. So SMT, how have you been? I've been slightly drowsy after my Hertz surgery. I've been well. Hope you're doing all right there. How about you talk about your other hobbies? I think that would be cool. That's an interesting idea. I don't know. I've got a lot of hobbies, but none quite as invested as this one. Can you make more restoration videos? Absolutely, the restoration. I mean, I bought a whole bunch of lots recently, so the restoration videos are probably not going to stop. Plus, people have sent me some stuff to repair, so there'll be plenty of those in the near future. Can you run your HCW Wakefield train with its coaches, please? Sure. I have promised some other people I was going to run some other things, though, so I'm going to try to run those before we go running other things. I remembered I was supposed to run the TGV a while back, so I guess we'll run that, and then we'll run, I guess, the Big Boy and a whole variety of other stuff. For anybody who is maybe new, I should just tell everybody I do have short-term memory problems, so if somebody request something and I forget it, I do apologize. I tried not to, but it just kind of happens sometimes. Can you get Nerf Cat? Maybe if I can find him. Here, I'll get the TGV on and then see if I can do that. Here, we'll get the TGV running and I'll go upstairs, see if I can find everyone's favorite cat. Not Garfield. SMT Clumsy. How incorrect. That should be a I can't even pronounce that word. I think it talks about good coordination and bad coordination. I like the joke though, and right as I'm talking about it, I knock over my tower. SMT can relate to Dory. Not entirely, though. It's just a short-term memory problem. Something happened 10 years ago. I can remember it like it was yesterday. It's if something happened like 5 minutes ago, it's gone. But then the next day I remember it, which is interesting. So there's something wrong there. But you know, one day in, day out. So we'll get that on there. Also, somebody was requesting the UP switcher, which I said I was going to run, although they wanted it with another engine, which is why I never got around to it. So there's that. I'll put it here so I don't forget it later. And we'll get the TGV rolling here. Yeah, this thing's cool. Did it derail? I bet the switch will re-rail it. Nope. Yep, kind of. This is not usually a problem. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that that's running properly before we go, before I go upstairs to get the cat. Let me see. I think I might have missed a super chat. This week in Civil War history, I'm from Finger Lakes. Just put 20 minutes from Rochester. How is your lighting going, SMT? Light or night? Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Why is this? This was running perfectly the other day. These switches may be doing some funny things. Do you have a favorite railroad that doesn't exist anymore? Mine's probably... Sorry, guys. I don't know why this keeps happening. Okay, we're going to try to run this one more time. If it doesn't work, try to do something. Mine's the Midwest... sorry. The Conrail or Pennsylvania back or something like that. Because I used to live in the Midwest and they used to be there. Probably my local railroad known as the HCW Railway. I really miss when that was around. Other than that, that's the only railroad I can think of. I mean, there are lots of railroads I wish were still around, but that's the one personally that comes to mind. Let's see, okay, seems to have made it over fine this time. SMT, do you have a girlfriend? Yeah. Everything squats out when you show it off. Absolutely. When I'm running trains alone, nothing ever goes wrong. It's when everybody's in here and there are lots of eyes on it, that's when everything goes wrong. The same goes, by the way, too, for when I'm showing people my layout down here. It's like everything goes wrong, you know, when I need it to work. It's just like, ah. But, yeah, I don't know. SMT, do you have an official count of rolling stock and engines? It's been a while. I just forgot how much stuff you had. I do not have any exact numbers, no. My favorite railroad doesn't exist. It's the Frankfurt and Cincinnati. I haven't heard of that one before. Interesting. SMT, do you have any Western Pacific, Sacramento, Northern, and or Tidewater Southern locos? Do you have the Polar Express model? I do not have those. I also don't have any Sacramento Northern. I don't think I have Sacramento Northern. I do have that Sacramento Amtrak engine, though. Let me see if I can dig that up. That's a really bizarre one. Yeah, I don't even know what this thing is. It's Amtrak, but I thought it said something about Oh, yeah, it's Amtrak California. Nothing to do with Sacramento, though. I guess I just made that up. But there's that. Welcome to the live stream, David Z to G Scale. How are you? Can I send you a train and boxes of Pop-Tarts? Sure, that would be great. Pop-Tarts seem to be a thing on this channel now. It's funny. David Z to G Scale started something. Your lighting that you mentioned, you wanted to add lights to your layout. I think I added lights to the industrial side of the layout, but I still haven't. I wired it all up. The lights are in there. I haven't powered them yet, so I need to get that sorted out. It's like when you make an awesome catch and nobody sees it, and you drop something when everyone is around. Yeah, absolutely. The other day, I was playing pool, and I took this perfect shot between there was a ball here and a ball there, and it went right through, and it was just great. It bounced off and it knocked it in, and everybody was like looking away. I was like, ah, great timing. You trying to start a donation more? Okay. Can you find Nerf Kitty? The TGV seems to be holding up, so I'm gonna put down my phone and I'll go try to do that. What do you think about the new Lionel HO scale sets? I actually haven't seen them. I'm kind of curious what they've come out with. So I've yet to comment on that. What's your favorite soda? Probably Coca-Cola. Anyway, I'll be right back, everyone. I'm just gonna go try to find Nerf Cat, and then we'll see that. Do you play Among Us? I can't say I do. Anyway, I'll be right back, everybody. Unfortunately, I was not able to find Nerf Cat, so I might try to find him again a bit later, but yeah, I checked upstairs, I couldn't find him, and he wasn't outside by the door, so he's probably off enjoying the warm weather right now, but if, wait 30 minutes or so, and maybe I'll try again. Where is your runaway train consist? Oh yeah, the runaway train consist is, it's right there. And I'm supposed to run that one too, but first the UP switcher, probably something else. But anyway, Christian K 2008. Hey SMT, there was this kid at my house the other day, and he threw a magnet on my track, and basically it exploded. What should I do? I know it'd be painful, but honestly, I'd get some tweezers and just try to manually pick it up. The thing about magnets that you have to watch out for is that obviously they can stick to the motors of model trains. They've got magnets, so magnets are very attracted to that. And if you've got little pieces of magnet and they make their way up to the motor and get caught on the commutator, they can short it out and really mess some stuff up. So you have to make sure those don't get in your models, or else they'll mess things up. The same goes for steel wool, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know. Never use steel wool around your layout or on your track, because the little fibers that come off of it will go right into your locomotive's motor eventually, and they'll destroy it slowly. Can you run a CN, please? I need ideas for an engine I'm making. Sure, I'm going to run a couple other things first, but I'll try to get around to it. First, okay, what's my order? First, we let that Union Pacific switcher run around once. Then we run the big boy, I think, yeah, the big boy, then the runaway train, then the HCW train, then I think it's open for requests again. Anyway, what video did you crash your Acela? And that reminds me too, I said yes to the Acela, I think before all of that, so we'll run that as well. It wasn't a video, it was the very first live stream, I think, of 2019, and I just got this fancy new controller, which it turned out had, with a nudge setting, quite a bit of kick to it, and I gunned it around a corner, which at the time was 18 radius, and I watched it tip. It hit there was a mountain there at the time, it hit it, and then it just flew right off onto the floor, and it made the worst sound I think I've ever heard. It was almost like a cartoonish crunching noise. If you want to watch it, you just search up SMT mainline cursed Acela or something like that. You'll find the video, and in it I do include the crash scene for anybody who wants to enjoy that. Oh, I forgot to take that one off. The first stream of 2019, that's long ago. Yeah, I know, the crazy 2019s in the crazy 2010s. What a time. Oh, I got a super chat from a user called Mom's Spaghetti. Maybe they listen to Eminem. Anyway, would you rather have an Athearn Genesis CSX SD70 or a Scale Trains NS locomotive or a Walters ES4470 that has sound? Well, if it has sound and it's the same price, I would go for that one, but I don't know. I own a couple Athearn Genesis things. I'm kind of a fan of Athearn, so I'd probably go with the Athearn one, honestly. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Gonna see, I feel like I might have missed one too. I'm just gonna make sure. Oh yeah, here we go. This week in Civil War. I have an HO scale Lionel Polar Express, very versatile. I can run it on DC or DCC through phone. Wow. They definitely gave that a lot of different features. So yeah. Anyway, next up is this, which was requested early on, and then after that, I think we'll run the runaway train. Well, no, the big boy first, I think, as it were, and then the runaway train, etc., etc. Oh, SMT here in America, it's usually warm too. Here's a joke: Canadian TGV train going to Vancouver. That's funny. Oh wow, I feel like somebody could use that. Canada has a TGV, the Viet train going to Vancouver. Oh, that's good. Well done. Huge fan. Can I have a shout out, please? I only give shout outs 10 or less subscribers away from 40 or 50 or 100. The story behind that steel wool got on my layout, and my little 80s Bachmann F7 literally blew up. Well, that's the thing, those little fibers burn, so they get in your commutator. They're going to do some interesting things. It's not good, though. I mean, it will put on probably a heck of a smoke show, and that will be the end of that motor. The red tram is on the white shelf with the runaway train. The red tram. There's no tram here. There's that engine and this RS3. Unless you're talking about that crane, but sort of different. But, yeah, anyway. Have you ever tried touching the contacts of a 9-volt battery to steel wool? Oh, yeah. Years ago when I was like 12, I would do that for hours. I'd get a great big pile of steel wool and I'd just poke it with a 9-volt battery and watch it light up and stuff like that. It's very mesmerizing. But yeah, good way to use your time. CN has 2 VETS units now. We'll announce tomorrow. Nice. SMT, remember the time we were trying to fix an engine and the motor put off more smoke than a smoke unit? There have been a few that have done that, but I don't know. Now, before when I used to see high current draw, I wouldn't panic as much, but now the second I see it go kind of like up to an amp, I'm like, yeah, that needs to stop, because pretty much every time it has, It's just that it's enough power to just, you know, make enough heat to destroy something. So almost every time it has gone that high, you can kiss that motor goodbye. Most of the time the motor actually does survive, though. It's just stuff burning on the commutator. So just as long as it doesn't happen for too long, you can save it, but it is risky. Anyway, next up we're going to run the big boy. Are either of your Pico Ukrainian Ludmans running? If so, you should run them with some of your European cars. That's a good idea. They run just not very well. Those are actually going to be some restoration projects in the near future. I did discover, funny enough, though, both of them, these are like the same model. Like, see that? Different paint scheme, but they're pretty much identical. So I thought that was interesting. It's literally right there, the red Bombardier thing. The red Bombardier thing? Oh, that's not... Yeah, the train, yeah. Okay, the Bombardier Talent. Yeah, okay, we can run that. Sorry, a tram comes to mind to me, something kind of more like that. I wasn't really thinking of a whole consist. I guess it counts, though. Is it just me or is SMT frozen? I hope not. They are smoke units if they operate rough enough. Yeah, exactly. All these people trying to modify their engines, put all these fancy smoke units. Why would you invest so much money? What you really need to do is buy the worst engine you can, hardly maintain the motor, actually put some, clean your track with steel wool. All of your steam engines will be smoking, but not for the right reasons. Mom Spaghetti, look at my upper super chat. Did I miss one? I thought I read it. Let me have a look. When you have time to look at the non-stop HO scale trains, episode 5, the first stop is mine. Huh. This week in Civil War history, have you ever been to the Finger Lakes in New York? I don't think so. Been to, yeah, I don't know. I've been through New York countless times on my way up to Maine. I don't know what parts of New York I'd be going through. I cross it in Cornwall, Ontario, usually. So I've been through New York a few times there. More than a few times, like 4 times every year since I was born. But, yeah. It's like Champlain in New York. I think it is, right? I'm not mixing things up. What part of Canada do you live in? I live in Gatineau, which is very close to the nation's capital of Ottawa. Literally just minutes from good old Ottawa. Here, we're gonna be a bad regulation railroad and put a tank car right behind the engine with no buffer car. This week in Silver, I find the lifelike engines are easy to convert to DCC. Yeah, I don't know if you're... I don't know if you're talking about lifelike, like conventional lifelike or proto, but I'd imagine both wouldn't be too hard. Mike Merritt, smash that like button. Thanks, Mike. Ottawa is the capital. Yep. I'm thinking about getting an O-scale big boy with proto sound and light smoke for $1,600. Oh, good for you. That'd be fun. Christian K 2008. Is it me or is SMT secretly a Russian? Somehow I don't think so. Harrison, have you ever been to Nova Scotia to see the CN Narrow Gauge Museum? I haven't been to Nova Scotia. I do know about the narrow gauge railways up there. There's a channel I used to watch a ton. Gee, what was it called? Ugh. It wasn't Nova Scotia. It was Newfoundland. Something Railways of Newfoundland. And it was all narrow gauge up there. And they they were always doing videos. It was like a museum, and they were always doing all sorts of stuff, so I always enjoyed watching that channel. They're actually rebuilding parts of old railways, which were abandoned, and running vintage engines on them, so definitely something I support. Finally, the big boy with a consist. Oh, yeah. What's your favorite railroad in Maine? Maine Central or Pan Am? I mean, I don't even know if either are still around anymore. They're both the old lifelikes from the 80s. Wow. I tried to convert a lifelike with the Kadar drive to DCC, but it didn't work very long, and I think the problem was that apparently the DCC decoders, of course, they're designed for 5-pole motors, and the lifelikes from at least the mid-80s, I don't know about the early 80s, but those ones had 3 poles. So what would happen is, I guess, something about the way they'd run would actually mess up the decoder. It was also a really cheap decoder, but yeah, it didn't last very long, like one day, and then that was the end of that. So, but I've heard from some people, if you want to do that, you can change the CVs so it can function with a 3-pole motor. I wouldn't have a clue how to do that, but that's just what I've heard. It's good to be back watching your streams. Thank you so much, Scott Patito? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Can you please run the HCW Wakefield excursion train? Absolutely. We're just going to run the runaway train first, and then, yeah, we'll run that. Would you come to Pennsylvania if you had an expense-paid trip? I want to go back to Pennsylvania regardless. I really liked visiting Pennsylvania a few years ago, so yeah, I definitely want to find my way back up there at some point in the not so distant futures. Maybe 2000. I don't know. However long it takes for the border to get reopened, roughly. Good day, model railroaders. Welcome, Sparky. How are you? NEC rail videos. Whoop. I don't know what just happened there. The whole train slammed to a halt, and the big boy's still running. I wasn't really paying attention there. So NEC rail videos. Hello, SMT. How's your day been? It's been all right. How are you? Love your videos. I've been watching ever since I started. Ever since you started, number 1, smash the subscribe button in the lock. Oh, thank you so much. Sparky, oops, I was in caps. That's alright, I do that sometimes too. Is it me or is SMT the CEO of trains? Maybe the vice president of all busted engines out there. I seem to come in contact with those quite a bit. Pan Am is Maine Central. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. It was Newfoundland. My brain go run the Riverossi Blues. I'm gonna have to get that one working again. People, it's commonly requested. I mean, it's a cool engine. CSX is gonna buy Pan Am. I thought CN was. Can you run the Centennials? I'd like to see one because mine broke. I can run the DCC one, but I won't run them together. I still need to take apart the 1980s one and do some maintenance on that. I have no idea how I'm going to open that one up. I feel like it's going to be interesting, but it is one I want to get running well, or as well as it can. They're pushing a lot out of a small drive with those ones. I'm just going to get these cars off the main line, and we'll run the 1985 runaway train, and after that we'll run the Wakefield train. Have you ever heard of Canadian National 7470? She was from Montreal, Canada, and now operates in New Hampshire. I haven't heard of that. That's interesting, though. CSX Empire is spreading north. Now we have to go west. All right, there we are. Now let's get the runaway train going here. Hey, King of Britain, we just found this land. Let's call it Newfoundland. Yeah, I'm sure that was something like the process there. Just gonna see, make sure I haven't missed any super chats. Oh boy. If SMT goes to Nova Scotia, I got $20. Says he will find the treasure on Oak Island. I've converted many lifelikes with Digitrax. They run great. Okay, that's good to know. Anyway, let's get this all set up. I also might have to go get my phone charger because it did just notified me it was at 20%. I'm kind of surprised because I fully charged it before doing the live stream. Now, I was doing some stuff earlier today. I was actually filming a unboxing of some N-scale stuff, so I don't know if that took some of the juice out of it, but yeah, I guess I'll have to go get a charger at some point. Or else I think it was the last live stream where I accidentally ignored one of those things and I ran it dry. The Bombardier tram. Yeah, we'll get that one on in a moment there. I mean, I guess actually I'm pretty sure well, yeah, I guess we'll run it before the Wakefield train. I think the Wakefield train was requested before it, but the thing is the Wakefield train is a bit of a bigger one to run just because it requires more parts. So yeah, we'll hold back on that one just for a moment. Perfect. Nathan Duley, I've been to Steamtown 2 times. The first one was good and awesome. The second time I went, there was a YouTube meet and greet, became more awesome, cool for me to go visit. Yeah, that was Sparky's meet and greet, wasn't it? Out of all the engines you have, which engine would you get rid of the most? I don't know. I'd have to go through them. A Zephyr into the Snowpiercer, yay or nay? A Zephyr? I don't know, it's kind of nice. If I was going to make a train into the Snowpiercer, I'd probably pick something really bad, because I'd be pretty much changing it completely on the exterior anyway. I sent you a parcel, did you get it? I haven't checked my post office box in a couple days. I've been kind of waiting, because the next time I go check my post office box, I want to start sending back some of the client repairs, which I've done. Yeah. What phone do you use for streaming? It's a iPhone 11 Pro. Can you please run the Polar Express? Because I really want to see how it works. I don't have a Polar Express engine. Do you know why British steam engines whistle sound like screaming children? Yeah, I don't know why in Europe the steam trains have higher pitched whistles. They probably project the sound a little bit further, but I don't know. Personally, this is just my preference. I kind of like the North American whistles more. And that was actually something really nice about the Wakefield train, which is although it was a Swedish steam engine, I'm pretty sure they put a whistle off a Canadian Pacific steam engine. It definitely had a North American whistle, because I've seen videos of the Swedish, same models of those running in Sweden. They've got the same thing, really high-pitched whistles, but the one that was operating up here in the Outaouais actually had a very beautiful sounding whistle. You can go find videos of that online. TB Tech, tomorrow is Veterans Day. Thank a veteran. Yes, absolutely. In fact, I know there are some veterans in the chat, so for any that are watching, thank you very much for your service. It's much appreciated living in a free country or free countries, because obviously the freedom of America means the freedom of pretty much the world, so I really do appreciate it. Do you think a Bachmann Spectrum with TCS sound, WOW sound, K4 Steamlined engine for $269 new, while the original price is $480? Well, if the typical price is $480 and it's going for $269, yeah, I guess that's a good deal. I don't know. I don't really know the prices of that stuff too much, to be honest. Egan Hale says, any veterans in the stream, thank you for your service to the USA. Oh, Dodger Ben, how are you? Welcome. Hey, SMT, what's your opinion on the Penn Central? How many locomotives do you have in the Penn Central road name? I think I've got 2 Penn Central engines, 1 N-scale, 1 HO. I don't have a lot of opinions on the Penn Central. I like their paint scheme, actually. I know they were not a very well-run railroad, though, and I think their timing with a recession was quite poor, so that's another reason they didn't do well. But yeah, to my knowledge, they were not around very long. Zach's Vlogs, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad I went to Steamtown. Okay, I think that was a comment for Sparky there. There were so many there were veterans in the there was a lot of veterans in the chat. I mean, I knew a whole bunch were, but yeah, wow. Quite a few. Thank you. Freedom of America means the freedom of the world. It does. SMT, based on opinion, what is your favorite steam locomotive and what's your favorite type of diesel? I know this is a very lame answer, but honestly, I can't decide. There are too many different types. I have to say, though, I really wish they had saved the Hiawatha as far as streamlined steam engines go, because, I mean, what a locomotive. I guess that's my favorite. Julio's people reminder, shoutout rules. If you keep trying to get one, but you're not close, I will time you out. Yeah, no asking for shoutouts if you don't meet the policies. Anyway, I'll be right back. I wish I didn't have to leave right now, but my phone is running really low. I'm surprised it got this low this quick, so I'm kind of concerned it's guzzling power. I'm just going to go grab my charger. I will be right back. Yeah, that way we can continue this stream. All right, I'm back. I just wanted to check in and make sure nothing derailed. It might take me a moment to get my charger because all the other chargers that are around the house seem to have gone missing, and the only charger I have, I think, is down in my car. And I don't have the key for that right now, so I'm just gonna have to go fix that. So I'm gonna have to do that, but I will be right back soon, I promise. So the charger saga continues. The only charger I knew about was... Sorry, I just ran. Was in my car, but apparently somebody in my family made off with my car, so now that's gone. But I remembered I hauled this downstairs earlier, so I can just use that. SMT. Sorry, I gotta catch my breath. I'm way out of shape. Let me just plug in my phone here. All right, let me try to read that comment. Hey SMT, do you have any tips for someone who wants to start a YouTube channel? Because I would love to do something like that. I have no clue where to start. My advice to anybody looking to make videos and stuff, I would say make videos about something that you're genuinely passionate about. And what I mean by that is, you know, like years ago I had a gaming channel and it wasn't successful. But I mean, I liked video games, but I wasn't really passionate about it. Making videos, like most of the videos on this channel are about fixing model trains. I've always loved fixing model trains for as long as I've done it. So I would say that I think that's why it did better. It's because it was something I was genuinely interested in. So that's what I would follow. Do you have any ideas for your 20K subscribers video? I had to ask the question again thanks to someone. I don't have any particular ideas, but I feel like I should do something, obviously, because, yeah, can't really believe that. You had a gaming channel. What was it called? It's best to forget that channel. Anyway, I think we'll finally we'll run the Bombardier talent, and then we'll swap it out with the HCW train, and then we can run some other stuff. Did you delete the gaming channel? It's actually still on the net, but I don't know, it's pretty bad. Anyway, we're just gonna take these all off, and then we'll get the talent on. There we go, it's talent time. It actually landed on some of its wheels there. There we go. So we'll run this around for a little while there. New objective to find SMT's gaming channel. It shouldn't be very hard because I know some people know about it, and so they'll probably put the name of it in there. But like I said, it's nothing that great. Found it and subscribed. Nice. Yeah, okay, people are posting it. Very nice. Can you run 2 Rivarossi 080s? And also, how old are you? I'm 19. Rivarossi 080s. I can only think of one I have, and I don't know if it runs right now. Train Master 2004. Hey, SMT, have you been as of late? I'm well. How are you? What's your least favorite train movie you've watched? Let me think. I feel like there was one that I saw which wasn't that great. Most of them are, I think, are pretty good. What type of manufacturer made the daylight cars you have? They're made by Athearn. They're all blue boxes. Do you have a U-25B? Literally any road name. Well, that's a type of U-boat. I don't... maybe. I I had that orange, I think the orange one I have there is a U-boat. Yeah, like this. SMT, do you have any advice for a layout around a Christmas tree? Not a whole lot. If you haven't bought the train yet and you want to buy a genuine model train instead of one of those store, like, supermarket things, I would go with O-scale probably, because I feel like unless you've got a really small tree, O-scale will fit the size of most trees quite well. Hey, SMT, have you ever heard of the Milwaukee Road? Oh, I sure have. Sparky, for 20K, maybe a new expansion for the layout. I think I've already taken up as much space as I should have down here, and then some, but I have thought about starting a series, sharing advice I've learned over the years from lots of other people about building a layout, and actually building a layout for someone. We'll have to see. Somebody contacted me, a friend of ours recently. I guess their son wants to get into model trains, so I haven't brought this up. It's all very pie in the sky, but I was thinking about offering to build them a layout, and I'll either give it to them, like, I don't know, for free, or just at a very small amount, just to cover the cost of, like, the material to build that table and stuff like that. And then, yeah, they'll get a free train set, and I'll be able to show everybody kind of the things I've learned over the years about building your own layout. DB Tech, parents are gonna start charging him rent for the space. Yeah, just about. I don't know. I remember back in 2012 when I built the expansion, my mom said, "Yeah, you're never gonna take over another part of the basement." And then I kind of just built that, and then this came along too. So yeah, I don't want to push the limits much more. What part of Canada do you live in? Just outside the nation's capital, Ottawa. You give the most relaxing live streams, really? Can you run your Santa Fe engine? Which one is that? Where's the Curse to Sella? It's right there. SMT, have you heard of MTH trains closing in June 2020? Yes, I have. It's quite unfortunate. So, Kral, my son is a big fan. Can you run the full Go setup? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Guess I'll run that before I run the Wakefield train, but the Wakefield train is definitely going to be right next on the list. Bachman used to make a trim around the tree train set. It was an N-scale 1800s train set that ran on roadbed track attached to the tree's trunk with braces. I've seen them at train shows. I've never heard of that before. That's so interesting. I guess if you put it high enough on the tree, too, it would kind of look like the track was sitting on the branches, which would be a really unique effect. Just watch Don't Play With Train videos. Hilarious editing. That was when I was very first kind of learning how to edit videos. I made that one where car gets crashed into by a train and then blows up. It was silly stuff I was making back then. Anyway, we're going to stop this train for a moment here. I'm going to go get the Go set up for whoever requested there, and then we'll run the Wakefield train right after that. Whoa, I just saw a whole bunch of things. Oh my goodness, we got another $50 super chat. Whoa, thank you so much, Nuts and Bolts 77. It's very generous of you. And they said, fun challenge, use this for a display case, or I will quadruple if you get a locomotive of your choice to run around both layouts. Sorry to interrupt, my dad just brought everybody's favorite cat downstairs. Anyway, use this for... Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to build a display case. Sorry, I'm just having trouble reading this comment. Fun challenge. Use this for a display case, or I'll quadruple it if you can get a locomotive of your choice to run around both layouts without your help. To run around both layouts without your help. I'm confused. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna try to read this. I'm gonna try to sort this out of my head. Use this for a display case, or I will quadruple it if you can get a locomotive of your choice to run around both layouts without your help. Run around both your layouts without your help. You mean like it runs without stopping or something? I think it means without derailing if it derails. Without re-railing it if it re-rails. Ooh. I think the cat is... Cat! I'm gonna get the go train running, and then that. Run a train without derailing. Yeah. Kitty cat! He might come back down here, but I think somebody shut the basement door and he wants to get upstairs. Yeah, there we go. Somebody just let him back upstairs. That meowing, by the way, is what I hear sometimes early on in the morning when he shows up at my room. Which do you like better, Amtrak, Phase 1, or 3? I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know the difference. Run trains on both layouts without derails, I think he means. Okay. So I need to pick a train, run it on both layouts without it derailing, and then that's the challenge. I'm pretty confident I can get a train to run around this layout without derailing, but running it around both layouts, we'll do it. Yeah, I think it will be fun, but yeah, I'd be very surprised if we can get that completely working. Anyway, here's the go train. Even on this layout, I have derailments all the time. You have to connect both layouts. Oh, I see. I have to get them all into one piece. I don't even know if it's possible to run a train. I forgot. I actually did rebuild some of the track at one point, apparently, but yeah. So I'd have to get it to run all the way around here. Get it to cross over here, and then get it to run around that. I don't care how underailable my Athearn blue box engines are. I'm pretty confident it would come off. But all in good time, I'll get that sorted. SMT, how big is the layout? You know, I wrote these dimensions down at one point. I think it's 48 inches wide. Actually, I don't know. I had a measuring tape down here the other day when I was building this table, which, while I was building it, I forgot it wasn't a 4x8. I narrowed it down a bit, so I accidentally built a table that was too big. But, yeah, I don't know. It's supposed to be 4 feet long. I'm pretty sure it's slightly wider. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we'll run the Wakefield train now. As we've been meaning to for a while. Run the big boy. I've already run the big boy. Anyway, let's I'll get these off the main line. We'll somehow get these over there, and then we'll hook them up to the Wakefield train. Oop. Oops, passenger cars are missing. Something like that, yeah. Jonathan Vanelquez, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. I do apologize, but I'm doing well. How are you? And there we go. Harrison, you're welcome. I think my mind has just zoned out. I'm missing beats. If I didn't say thank you for the super chat, I really apologize. Thank you so much. that's I'm a bit, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, let's get that out there. I'm surprised this piece of track work works. Frankly. Loading chat. Would you rather a broken Broadway limited loco or working power torque loco? Probably the broken Broadway limited. All right. So you got that sorted. Run the Canadian National train. Which one do you want? Depends on how broken. That's a good point. All right. So let's do that. SMT, do you have any Lionel trains? Got a little bit of Lionel HO and a little bit of Lionel O scale. Oh boy. These couplers are just slightly off in height, so every time I try to couple them up, they don't always line up, but that should be okay. Will you ever make the train from the movie Silver Streak? Well, it certainly wouldn't be very hard since I've already got a whole bunch of those Canadian Pacific engines. So with a little bit of creativity and some decals, they could very well be AM fleets. Or is it AM Road? I don't know. Controller Packers, got here late, SMT. Thank you so much for the super chat. I just got, hope you're doing well. How's everything going? I think everything's going pretty well. Thank you so much for joining in. Hope you're doing well. Are those chopper couplings? Is that what the European ones are called? It's Ambo. Yeah, I'm sure. Disconnect this wire to my phone before I go running out of power. The train you restored. Craig B, thank you so much for stopping by. Which is better, diesel or steam locomotives? I don't really have, I don't know, it's too hard to compare. I mean, obviously diesels are way better from a practical standpoint, but steam engines are way more interesting. They're too different to compare, in my opinion. What was the first model train you ever collected? It would be one of my dad's models from his collection. It was a Lifelike F7, I think. Run the green Mahano CN steamer with the LRC coaches. I just remembered I was supposed to run the big boy with the LRC coaches. But we've already run both those things, so I think we'll run something else. Mr. Cube, hey SMT, I was wondering, what is your dream engine? It's this one right here. Stream is getting kind of choppy. Maybe because the phone is running low on battery. I really don't know. Where's the Niagara at? I don't know. Can you do a contest that goes all the way around your track? Maybe a future video? That's an interesting idea. I wonder... I guess if I coupled enough passenger cars and a good portion of my freight cars, it probably could work. There was one live stream where we created a heck of a long train. It wasn't even that long ago, and it managed to work, which I was really surprised by. But yeah, we need to do one of those ones, and for just to really close the gap, if there's like a gap of a couple inches, we'll put a bobber caboose on the end of the train. Can you run one of the 210-2s with a mixed train? Yeah, sure. Anyway, I think we'll take the Wakefield train off the main line there, and we'll put some of the... We haven't run one of the 210-2s in a while. I don't think we ran any last stream. Run the Amtrak, please. Which Amtrak? Well, I guess that was good timing. Imagine a whistle on a diesel engine. Well, weren't there some steam engines that had horns on them? Like, I'm pretty sure the 4449 has kind of a horn on it. There we go. And now we just thoughts on Lego trains. They're interesting. The idea of building your own train, too, sounds like fun, but I don't know. I find at train shows, the train shows are usually packed with those, I guess because they're easy to get, and I'm sure people running them probably, the people running the train shows probably like them because they take up a lot of space, so you can fill a lot of area, but I don't know. I usually just prefer it when they have models. I believe the Daylight 4449 has both a whistle and a horn. That's very possible, because the Daylight definitely... I'm pretty sure it has a horn, but also, like in the movie Tough Guys, they're blowing a whistle, so it's got to have one. What is a tip for people making a layout? I would say the number one piece of advice for anybody building a layout is that you build it exactly how you want. Put all the things on it that you want, because... I find there's a lot of people that will give advice that will go along the lines of, if you want to get started in the hobby, this is what you've got to do. You've got to pick a time, location, etc., etc., etc. You know, you want to do steam or diesel, and they ask all these questions. And if you're looking to build a really prototypical layout that models something very realistically, that's good advice. But if you're just looking to get into the hobby and have a good time, I would suggest just making a great big list of all the things you want and put all the realism and stuff aside. Just make a list of what you want, see what your budget and space is, go from there. Oh, with a frozen flat car. Something about... that? You're out of shape, gee whiz. Wait until you're my age. I don't know. I charged up a staircase at full speed, so I guess that was probably part of the problem, but I feel like I shouldn't be huffing and puffing that much for something like that. That's bad news right there. A-Team is layout as freelance. Exactly. You should work on a project that'd be a really long project and do a series of parts leading up to the final. Interesting idea. I did have one kind of really evil idea, which is to take two kind of junk def units and cut the backs off of them, glue them together to make some sort of like a weird Like, I guess like a Australian locomotive. You know those ones where they got 2 cabs on them there? I feel like building something like that would be interesting. And I'd repaint it and stuff, give it its own paint scheme, something similar to that, kind of like red, white, and blue there. And I feel like that could be fun. SMT, do you remember sometimes... Do you sometimes get the same train if someone buys a train, you already have it? Yeah, that's happened before, or I've bought the same model intentionally. Having 2 of the same model, it can be nice, because of course you can you can run them together, and also, especially with the old Tychos, I like having 2 of those, because the thing is they break a lot, so it's nice if one breaks down, you got another one that can still run. Aunt and Bruce, I currently have a channel which combines trains and cooking, 2 of my passions. Harrison was my inspiration to do that. Yeah, people should go check that out. Aunt and Bruce is he's cooking the meals that they used to make on trains throughout the years. So he's done some with, I think, Canadian National and stuff. They look really good too. So yeah. Also, there was one video. Apparently, there weren't supposed to be any steaks cooked, but honestly, I think that one was probably one of my favorites. Anyway, I'm not sure what I should be running. I got a lot of requests, but I can't think of any in particular right now, so... I was supposed to take the Wakefield train off for the reason of... It was something about it. Yeah, it was something about a mixed freight, I think. What engine was pulling it? The 210-2. Okay, yeah, that's it. Get a Thomas and Friends Gordon and then race the TGV. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get this all sorted out. Are the RDCs from Rapido? The LRCs I have are from Rapido. The RDCs are not. One's a Hornby and the other is an Athern. Yeah. Something looks a bit weird about how this is sitting on the track, but I think it will be okay. SMT, where can I find some Mahano 210-2s? A lot of people have been asking me that. I guess they're easier to come by. Oh. Of course that happened. I guess they're less rare in Canada because they were sold in the train sets. Almost all the times I've seen them, though, they've been at train shops. Okay, let's see if we can get that to run for just a tiny bit longer. I'm gonna... It's derailed, I think. I have no idea how that happened. I could see this man building a locomotive from scratch with no problem. Forgot the parts. Tried to build one of those kits a while back. Didn't go... Well, it runs, just not very well. There was some problem with the quartering, I think. I think this tank car maybe has some issues. Okay, let's try taking on this from the top. This one, if it doesn't work this time, I think I'll run something else. Good. Harrison, if I send you a train, can you please fix it, test it, and send it back? I am not currently taking any repairs from people just because I've already been sent quite a few trains for from clients to repair, and I haven't sent them back yet, so I want to get that sorted out before I go bringing in more, just because some people sent multiple trains, but there was also just a lot of people, so I've gotta ship a lot of stuff back. This engine usually is not that bad for staying on the track, but for whatever reason it does not seem to be doing great. It's also struggling to pull this pretty short consist, which is not that good. Have you considered doing live Steam? I don't know. I think live Steam looks like a lot of fun, but you need to know what you're doing, because if you're not careful, it can actually be kind of dangerous. Okay, you know what? I've had enough of this engine. We're going to run something else. Whatever thing I see requested first, I'll run Santa Fe. Well, I guess I can just pick a random one, but SD40S, I wish I don't know about an SD40S, but people are requesting Santa Fe, and I know I have an SD40-2, so I'll run that. Good old Mihano. Run the Spirit of 76 for veterans. Sure, we should. Yeah, that sounds nice. Harrison, you need to get some auto racks. Be fun. Do you have culvers in Canada? I don't know what a culver is, so I guess not. Let this do a couple laps, and then we'll get the Spirit of 76 going there. Have you ever thought of building a DCC layout? Well, this layout is, I use DC more, but it's DCC equipped. I can run DCC equipment on it. All the switches are compatible and everything. Now I'll let this go around for one more lap. Anyway, so there's that. Let's dig up one of the Spirit of 76 engines. Get one of the conventional Tycos, but the last time I was trying to run one of those, it wasn't doing that great, so I think I'll go with the to a Tyco one. Because it's practically indestructible, it seems. Yeah, but $10 for this thing. I just gave it some oil and it runs beautifully. Also, I think this is one of the few Spirit of 76 engines which was actually built in America. I'm pretty sure that's where Tyco Mano was building them all. Anyway, so this is one for all the veterans watching right here. I'll run a Canadian one too in case we've got any Canadian veterans in the chat. Yeah, I'll let it go around for one more lap. I'll go get the Canadian counterpart out. I think this one's the best out of the bunch. The other Tycos, I don't remember them running that great, so hopefully this one will run all right. So anyway, here's one for any Canadian veterans out there. There we go. Are you from Canada or the United States? I was born in Canada, but my dad was born in Michigan, so I'm personally half American. Oh dear. Alright, I'll run a few more requests. I just noticed the house has become quite quiet, so I think most of the people living in the grade upstairs have probably gone off to bed, so I'll probably run a few more, but I want to keep everybody awake. What's on your intermodal car? This is a gift sent from David of DB Tech. It's a model of Nerf Cat. British Columbia diesel. The only one I have. It's an interesting one. It's maybe not in the greatest shape, but I'm sure it can pull some cars. Let's hook this up. Do you have a Southern Pacific high hood? And if you do, can you run it? Southern Pacific high hood. I don't think I do. I've got a Southern Pacific Trainmaster diesel, as I think it's called. Yeah, good day on the shady railway. Running trains full speed in reverse. Missing vent covers. No handrails. Then the trolley you have through the town. I wonder if it's plugged in. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, the trolley kicked out. Trolley's back. Uh-oh. So there is that. Do you have any advice on buying an LG B-line O-scale train? Okay, I don't understand that comment, sorry. What should I do to get my Chattanooga back running? Oh, old Tyco power torques tend to be a little bit questionable. If you just find a video on how to do service on Tyco engines, you can usually sort them out that way, because pretty much all power torques work the same way. Yeah, I don't know. Usually when I open up a Tyco, you have to give it the works. You have to clean out the gears, because they're usually full of all sorts of stuff. Service the commutator, and I think that's about it usually. Yeah, it's usually cleaning it's cleaning out the engine, really. You just need to clean the whole thing out, and then it usually runs all right. What should I do? Because the engine's getting more power, but the wheels aren't moving. If the engine's getting power, like the lights are coming on, but the wheels aren't turning, it means it's either power's not getting to the motor, it's just getting to the light. If you hear it humming or kind of doing anything, likely means the engine's seized, which is usually a problem with a gearbox where something got caught inside of it. What's the name of your two layouts? The layouts don't have names, but this is Dunderville, Ontario. I guess the industrial side of Dunderville. Can't remember what this one's called, but it might have a name. And Smith Falls, Ontario, which actually is a real place. Run all the switchers all at one time. Oh boy. Sounds like trouble. Tyco, trains you can't operate. Yeah, that's nice. Do you have a favorite operational steam engine? Not that I can think of. Can I have a question? Sure. Can you run the Wabash Shark Noses? Yeah, you know what? Those haven't been running in a while. Let's take them out. Do you live in Canada or the United States? Canada. I'm going to try to move these over with one hand. That went surprisingly well because these shells don't really hold on. Anyway. When your industry is bigger than your town. Well, I'm sure you got a good economy if you've got, got a factory that's the size of your entire downtown. All right, let's see if it runs. This hasn't been running for a while, so oh, that's bad. Current draw is really high. Oh, okay, there we go. Fixed it. Some engines are happy running one direction more than the other. Don't know why. Probably a transmission issue. Something in the gearbox turns a bit more freely one way than the other. That can be caused by a whole variety of things, but in any case, I'll run it whichever way it wants to go better. Can I ask something? Yeah. Do you like anime? It's not my taste personally. I wonder what a daily commute in Dunderville is like. Dodging trains and getting stuck behind trains because people are parking stuff over the road. I don't know. It's probably terrifying. Dunder Mifflin, yeah. Loosely based on Dunder Mifflin instead of Dunder Mifflin, Dunderville, Ontario. I know you don't do N-scale, but I'm starting my N-scale layout. What site has a good supply of Kato trains? I don't know where would be a good spot to buy Kato trains. For any N-scalers, though, I do have an N-scale layout. As a matter of fact, I just did the unboxing before the live stream. I bought a whole variety of N-scale engines. Look, see, I just bought all of these little devils here. So you got this cute little 040 and this kind of bizarre one. I don't have a clue what this is, but this has got to be one of the strangest engines I've ever seen. I mean, whoa, what? Okay, they're my bad. They're on that. But this has got to be one of the strangest engines I think I've ever seen. I don't even know how I did that. I somehow threw the engine in the air. But yeah, look at this thing. And it's even stranger by the fact that somebody went burning holes in it. I think they overloaded the motor or something, and it actually burned right through the shell. So they're all engines with character. SMT, throwing train since 2020. I've been doing that for a lot longer than 2020. Should be like SMT, throwing train since 2006. Remember when I was a kid, I freaked out because I was walking around the house. I don't know why. I brought my lifelike GP40, I think it is, but the first model train I really ever had upstairs, and I dropped it by the fireplace, and it landed on the what's it called there? Thing around the stonework around the fireplace, and the shell just popped right off of it. And I remember seeing the inside and being like, "Oh, I've destroyed my train," but it was okay. Lifelike trains, not that great quality, but not a whole lot to go wrong. Dough. Yeah, exactly. Can you get Nerf Cat? Well, we already brought him down here earlier. He didn't seem very happy about it. I think the N-scale BN Diesel is an Alco Century series or RS series model with a low front hood. I've never seen one with a hood that long. Like, really wacko engine. Can you run the CNF40 with the LRC coaches? Sure, if it will pull them. I don't know if those engines are strong enough, honestly. Also, I don't know where the other one is. Yeah, I don't know if it... Well, I can't even pull the LRC coaches because this engine's got a horn hook coupler and the LRCs are knuckles, so... But also, this one has a cracked gear, so it's actually only two-wheel drive, so it's not that strong to begin with, unfortunately. So I don't even know if it would be powerful enough. Could you run some N-scale? Ah, what the heck? I was already playing around with the layout earlier. Find something that will hopefully run okay. Like that. Okay, try something a little more modern. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not gonna work. I'm kind of disappointed though, because like before I filmed the video today, I cleaned off the track because I thought it was dirty track that was causing it not to run. But maybe the wheels on all of my engines are dirty. Who knows? All your trains look great. Hey SMT, how's the Hershey plant coming along? Not much progress on the building itself, but I built a table for it, so that's something new. Yeah. Okay, you run the River Rossi big boy. We already ran the big boy. If we get one more request for that, I guess we'll run it, but Hershey plant looks really cool. I want to try to scratch build some N scale buildings or HO buildings for my layouts. That's cool. How did you make a road for your town? It's mostly drywall plaster. Can you run the big boy? All right, that's the request I see, so I guess we'll run that as the final train of the night. I'll hook up some freight cars to it as well. I think I'll end the stream because the phone is probably right on the brink of running out of battery. Do you have any saddle tanks? I think I do. I'm gonna have to install a safety rail or something here. Having an engine not on the track where it could easily roll off seems risky. There we are. Good. Hey, SMT, what time is it in Canada? It's 9:30 in Texas. It's 10:30 here. Good. How long did it take you to create the model world layout? Well, it's kind of hard to say because it's not really a start to finish thing. I mean, this layout's existed since 2007, but it's been reconstructed countless times. That one's been around since 2012, but again, it's been rebuilt a lot of times. This layout's been around since 2018, and I've been working on and off on it. So this is the only layout I really have that's kind of start to finish, sort of. SMT, when you have the chance, can you run an 060 saddle tank engine? I just got one. Well, yeah, I don't know if I have I think I do, but let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Harry Potter, haha. SMT siding. SMT, what's your favorite model train brand? Either Lifelike, Athearn, but particularly Blue Box or Rapido. I think those are my 3 favorite brands. Tons of other good ones out there, but I think those are my top ones. Walters is pretty good too. I like them. But I guess saying I like Lifelike is also pretty much saying you like Walters, because Lifelike is Walters now. Controller backers, good night, SMT, and everyone in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. A geared engine would be cool to purchase. Yeah, that would be fun. I don't know why this thing stalls out right there all the time. It's kind of strange. Please read, the Union Pacific big boy you have is the real one that was in a wreck. Yeah, I've heard about that. A lot of people are putting in comments about like politics and stuff. I just want everybody to know, I try to keep the chat apolitical, just because, you know, it's like a model railroading channel. It's cool how the 405 is still in good condition after the crash. Well, they rebuilt it, I think. But I can't, they did something with it after. They rebuilt it and they did something. I think it's in a museum now, but I think UP was using it for something. I can't remember what, though. Got to see it in person in Denver. Such a pretty beast. I saw one big boy, maybe it was 1412, I can't remember. The one they have in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and seeing one of those things in person is just incredible. I can't even imagine what it would be like seeing one actually running. It must be really quite a sight to behold. Okay, I think I see what's happening. I think that one of the front driving wheels, but only one wheel, steps outside the track on this corner right here, and then it snags on the switch. Whoop. Yeah, I'll let it go over the bridge one more time, and then on the other run we will finish off the live stream, I think. Knuckle brake. I wonder if I kind of hold it down, if it will stay on the track. Well, it re-railed itself, but I don't think that counts. Do you have any logging locomotives? Actually, I bought sort of one a few months ago, a little 040. Used a wood-fired engine, but I think they would have used it on small logging railroads. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this live stream. I want to thank you all so much for joining in. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, thank you also all for everybody that put in the super chats. I do appreciate it. And with that, I would like to wish everybody a great evening. Have a good night, everyone. Catch you in the next